Typically in business, when studying the environment, you usually break it down into two sections, which is the general environment and industry. And the reason they do this is because the environment can be very complex and hard to understand and put into consideration in just one section. So first we're going to talk about the general environment. Usually they use an analysis in this called the pestle analysis, which the each letter stands for P for political, E economic, S social, T technology, E environment, and L legal. And they break it down like this because they believe this is the best way to understand your environment and in the general environment. So when we talk about the company that we analyze, which is JRV Home Improvements, when we first go into political, when we analyzed them, we found that the government didn't affect them as much as say like a larger industry because they're a little bit smaller. They didn't have like fees or any such things as that charged on them. On to the second letter, E, economic. Pretty much anybody could be affected by economic. I feel as if because say in the 2008 crisis when banks were losing money to pay to people and people were low on their income so they couldn't buy extra things that they would like, they wouldn't be able to buy flooring for their house or carpet because they're worried about paying other more important expenses. So certain things like that could really affect JRV Home Improvements and also any type of business. Next we're on to social, and in this aspect they focus on trends a lot because it switches back and forth sometimes between carpet and hardwood and different types of flooring that people really like or some type of rock. It really depends. So knowing the trends can really help JRV Home Improvements succeed. Technology for the company, they aren't really technologically advanced, but they did say they would like to advance themselves in technology to help them better as a company and complete tasks a lot easier. Next we have environment, which for JRV, they usually work insides, obviously for flooring. So sometimes to say though, if a disaster may happen, say like a tornado, or if there's like an area around where there's hurricanes, they're going to need to rebuild homes. So places like that, them being based in Indianapolis, they don't have to worry about hurricanes as much, obviously, but tornadoes are a possibility. So that is a good way for the environment to affect them. Next we have legal, which is they work in people's homes, obviously, so they have to watch for legal issues on that aspect and can't breach anybody's privacy that they're not okay with, of course. Now, onto the second section of the environment, we talk about industry, and they usually break this down into what they call the five forces, which are competition, potential new entrants, substitutes, suppliers, and buyers. Now, competition is almost inevitable, and everybody's going to have to deal with it. So, of course, JRV has to deal with its competition and watch out for any type of innovations or technological advancements that they use. So, on to potential new entrants. Just as they were not too long ago a new company in the flooring industry, they were potential new entrants, so they should know for sure that there's the potential of others, so they have to watch out for that and make sure their company or their people that they use to retrieve their income from don't go to another company. Next is substitutes. That kind of falls along with the competition. There are going to be substitutes. Also, people could, buy flooring for themselves and then go do it. So that could be another thing that the company could have to worry about. Suppliers, they have plenty of suppliers, such as carpentry companies. They have a Home Depot, Lowe's that could go to receive their flooring equipment that they need. And being in Indianapolis, as I said, they have several buyers, and it's a populated area. So with all these buyers, they have plenty of people to do their business with. So after doing the external environment and breaking down JRV Home Improvements, we found that they're based in a good environment and they could do a lot with what they're doing right now as a company can succeed.